In this video, we are going to be making mincemeat ice cream. This is from the Unofficial Harry Potter Cookbook. Georgianne sent this cookbook to us, so thank you very much to Georgianne. Well, I've been kind of waiting to make this ice cream because I've been waiting for mincemeat to be available on the shelves at Walmart. So you're going to use a cup of this mincemeat. That is about half the jar that you're going to use. And actually, I am cheating because for the mincemeat, they want you to use the recipe right here. To make mincemeat filling, I want you to see, you need probably 20 ingredients, and it's going to cost you a small fortune if you don't have a lot of that stuff, because you're going to have to buy dark raisins, golden raisins, you're going to have to buy currants, and then you need a lot of like zest of an orange, apple cider, apples, all kinds of seasonings. So what better use for the nonsuch mincemeat than this recipe? So I'm cheating. If you're ever wonder, if you see this at Walmart and you wonder what can I do with that, well, you can make ice cream, because all you need to make this ice cream is 1.5 cups of heavy cream, 1.5 cups of whole milk, 2/3 cup of sugar, 3 large egg yolks, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and then your 1 cup of your mincemeat. So what we're going to do first is we're going to combine the cream, milk, and sugar in a medium saucepan, and we're going to cook it over medium heat, stirring constantly until hot but not bubbling.
This is starting to get very hot, so I'm going to turn my heat way down. I mean, like as low as it'll go, because I don't want it to start bubbling. Yeah, it's hot, but it's not boiling. So I'm going to take, you want a 1/2 cup of the mixture. I'm just using a scoop to scoop it up. And you want to slowly add it to your egg yolks. And you want to be mixing or whisking the entire time, because you don't want to scramble your eggs. You just want to basically bring your eggs up to the temperature of your hot mixture without cooking them. This is where you can get lumps. If you scramble your eggs, you will get lumps in your ice cream. So it looks pretty good, actually. Yeah, so now I'm going to add this back into the hot mixture, stirring. To do is I'm going to leave this on fairly low temperature. I may turn it up just a little bit, but you want it to get to where it's getting warmer. It's heating, but it's not. It's steaming, but it never actually boils. You don't want it to boil. So I'm going to turn the heat up just a little bit, and then once it gets thickened up, I'll be back. Okay, it's thickened up some, and it's not super thick, but it is thicker than it was. And I did turn the heat up a little bit. So now I'm going to turn my heat off, and I'm going to add my vanilla. And one thing you're supposed to do before you add your vanilla, and I never do, but you can if you want to, you're supposed to run it through a screen or a sieve of some kind to make sure there's no chunks of like egg or milk or anything like that in there. I never do, but because I don't care. If it has a couple little chunkies in there, it's okay. I don't feel anything or see anything in there anyway. So I'm going to take this out and pour it into a bowl. I do see a couple pieces of chunks of milk, but it was only like 2 or 3, so that's not bad. So I'm going to let this, I'm going to put plastic on the top of it so it doesn't get a coating, like a film on the top, and then I'm going to let it cool off. You really want it to chill until it's really cold. Personally, I'll just tell you how I make ice cream. I get it to where it's cool, where it's not like really hot, like steaming hot. I get it to where it's basically room temperature, then I do it. It's basically just going to make your ice cream faster if you let it cool off completely. Hey, so this has been in the fridge for a while, and it's cooled off enough to where I think I can go ahead and make this. So you see I put the plastic wrap over top, let it touch the top surface just so it won't get that film on it, because it will get a film on it. I'm gonna keep it all inside the plastic if I can. Probably gonna make a mess. So I just want to pour this into my ice cream making tub now. You're just going to go with the directions of your ice cream maker. So everybody's ice cream maker is a little different. We've got an old school one from the 60s, and we're going to make it the way we do ours. You do yours the way you do yours. You're not going to do anything with your mincemeat or anything right now. You're just going to make, you're basically making vanilla ice cream right now.
So now that our ice cream has finished churning, we want to take our cup of mincemeat and you want to fold it in. Now this is a Pyrex bowl and I have a nice lid for it. So I am going to put it in the freezer for a few hours and let it set up. So the book says, the dessert course at Harry's first Hogwarts feast is a kid's fantasy, or an adult's if the adult has a sweet tooth. Pies, cakes, tarts, and ice cream in every imaginable flavor. It doesn't get any better than that. A separate cookbook would be needed to cover that many ice cream flavors, so this book includes just a small sample of unique or popular British flavors. And this is from Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Chapter 7. So if you wanted to, you could easily make this by just buying some vanilla ice cream and adding the mincemeat to it.
Let it melt a little bit.
Yeah, you could absolutely do that. The mincemeat, if you're wondering, what does this have in it? It has raisins, apples, corn syrup, so it's very sweet, molasses, white vinegar, dried orange and lemon peel, but it's sweet. So, and we allow this, if you want it to have a creamier texture, you could eat it right away, but it's best to let it sit overnight in the freezer.
Let it ripen a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And solidify.
I love those flavors. I love the spice that they use.
Yeah, it's a nice. It's not something you would find in ice cream over here ever.
No, no. But it did not mention like cinnamon, but
Okay.
I think it has a. I don't know that. I don't think it's necessarily cinnamon I'm tasting. It honestly, it has a clove. It tastes to me like they put some clove in it, and maybe some ginger. What do you think?
I agree. Clove and ginger is probably good in there, but I like the texture of the spice is good, but I also like the texture and the flavor of just the fruits in there.
Oh yeah, the fruit, the texture, everything. Homemade ice cream I like anyway because it has to me it has a grittier texture, but I love that texture. And this is one that I would make over and over again. It was very easy.
Yeah. But know that if you don't want to deal with the ice cream maker, you can thaw out just a tub of ice cream and mix it in.
And buy this, and it's going to be delicious. Yeah. I would love for some of you all to try this. So if you don't want to go to the trouble, that's fine. Don't feel like you're being lazy or you're cheating or anything like that. I would love for you to try the combination of the vanilla and the mincemeat. It truly is wonderful, especially so many of you have never had mincemeat. This is the time to try it because this is probably the easiest recipe you're going to get. Mix this in some vanilla ice cream, you know. So I hope you enjoyed the video and thanks for watching.